buenos días. Estamos aquí hoy con un nuevo programa de Mariela Brito, un programa que nos permite, como siempre digo, aprender y conocer estos empresarios que tienen mucho éxito y que por supuesto están ayudando constantemente a la comunidad. Hoy tengo un invitado muy especial. Su nombre es Ty Gabriel. Es un empresario que está ayudando mucho a la comunidad, a los niños, y lo invité para precisamente preguntarle de este hermoso proyecto que tiene. El proyecto es Stemtree, y mi primera pregunta para él, primeramente muchas gracias. Gracias por tenerte. Thank you very much that you are here. I have a first question, Ty, is what is Stemtree Coral Gables?
Yeah, so number one, Mariela, thank you for having us in your studio. Really, really happy to be here this morning. So to answer your question, Stemtree is a K through 12 STEM, meaning science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, education center for children, right? K through 12. So we take kindergartners all the way through 12th grade to teach them different types of STEM subjects after school.
Wow. Ty, I want to know, how long have you been open and why open here in Miami?
Sure. So this weekend will be our 1 year anniversary, and that will be, obviously April 5th. So we've been here for a year now. We're excited and thankful for all the support that we've gotten from the community thus far. And why Miami? Simply stated, I've always loved Miami. I've been coming down here probably for the last 25 years. And, where I used to come when I was in college, I'm sure you are already aware of a lot of the spring breakers who come here. So I was definitely one of those folks. But even after I joined the military, so I joined the military after 9/11, and even after I joined the military, usually when I would come back from deployments, whether it was to shipboard, when I was on a ship because I was in the Navy, I was a naval officer, or war zone, I went to Iraq, I went to Afghanistan, or even just an overseas tour, I would usually come back to Miami. Wow. Just to relax, right? So the sun, the beaches, the people. Growing up in New York, African Americans, Latinos are very much like they're like ice cream and cake, right? They go together very well. So at any given moment, at any party, you might be listening to reggae, reggaeton, bachata, salsa, right? So you grow up with all these influences. And Miami is the superlative of all these influences. So I've always enjoyed it here. So I always knew that when I retired from the military, I would want to come here and open up a business.
Wow. So a beautiful project that you already do. This is one question that I have so important, because how does a military officer become interested in children?
Yeah, certainly. So, as I said, I grew up in New York City. I was always accelerated in science and math. I was blessed in that I had a mother who was a teacher. Okay. So she made sure that I knew how to read and write before I went to school. And that kept me fairly accelerated throughout my entire time in school. The issue was that growing up in Brooklyn, there weren't a lot of resources for kids who were accelerated in different STEM subjects. So I spent my summers going to church camp, which was fantastic, obviously for spirituality, but even at church, they're not going to teach you trigonometry. Yeah. So I needed to look for other ways to continue to move myself forward when it came to STEM subjects. That was a real challenge. I was successful with that, but I also knew that I wanted to make it easier for future generations. So that's part one, right? Part two, while I was in the military, I remember seeing a documentary on a gentleman by the name of Julius Rosenwald. He was one of the original owners of Sears and Roebuck, the department store. You've seen it around here, obviously, several times. But one of the things he did with his wealth was he created what was called the Rosenwald Schools. 5,000 schools throughout the South. And within the walls of his schools, he was responsible for educating many of the artists that would take place, the African American artists that would take place in the Harlem Renaissance, to include Langston Hughes and Maya Angelou. So this made a profound impact on me, seeing this documentary and then reflecting on the things that I needed growing up. I decided that while I don't have, the same money as Julius Rosenwald, with whatever little money that God blessed me to be able to have, I would take those resources and use them to open up a school of my own.
Wow, it's so beautiful project, really. María, we have here María, bienvenida. María es parte de este bello proyecto, un proyecto donde yo estuve y donde soy testigo, porque muchas escuelas tienen la necesidad, o sea, los niños muchas veces en las escuelas no le enseñan o les falta aprender eso que ustedes están dando. Háblame un poquito más profundo de este proyecto, cuál es la base en que se centran ustedes para que los niños saquen su potencial.
Sí, bueno, exactamente, le puedo dar mi propio ejemplo. Yo soy cubana, vine cuando tenía 14 años. So, entre high school, al principio, right? Y high school es el momento en que tus grados empiezan a importar. Y yo no sabía nada de inglés y me fue muy difícil al principio. Y me he dado cuenta en mi tiempo de Stemtree que me hubiera hecho mucha falta ayuda y el apoyo que los niños que atienden reciben. Y hablando un día con Ty de esto mismo, le dije qué sorprendida estaba, que los niños estaban aprendiendo una cosa que yo aprendí en college. So, ese es el nivel de educación que los niños están recibiendo en esta compañía que él fundó.
Qué bueno saber eso, porque sí, nosotras las mamás hoy en día muchas veces nos preguntamos qué hacer con nuestros niños, cómo mejorar la educación de los niños y cómo potencializar ese muchas veces talento que tienen los niños, que muchos quieren estar en la parte de robótica, pero que muchas veces tienen duda con las matemáticas. Qué bueno que exista este programa. A ver, why do you think children need supplemental education?
Yeah, great question. So let me start by telling a story. I was recently in a meeting, it's called the SCRC, so that's the School Community Relations Committee, meeting with Marie Terry Rojas. Right, so she is the District 6 School Board Chair. And I love listening to her speak. One of the things that she said that made an impression on me during the last meeting was that if children reach the 3rd grade and they are not proficient in reading, writing, and arithmetic, right, there is a 4 times higher likelihood that they will drop out of high school.
Wow.
She concluded by saying that when a child knows how to read and they're confident in their reading and they can apply it to technical reading, and when they are proficient in math, this gives them a foundation for understanding increasingly sophisticated and complex subjects, more abstract subjects as they get older. So you really do need that foundation. The school system here is great. I've seen it improve over the last 2 decades, but very often children do need extra help, usually in a more intimate setting, which is what we provide. Even as children get older, right, we are all aware of the different standardized tests that our kids need to take in Florida, right? They're usually referred to as the FAST exams. And then, of course, even when you get older, you have the end-of-course assessments, right? And that would be in algebra, biology, geometry, etc. So my perspective is we always need to have as many resources available for our children to be able to hone in on the things that they're good at and improve.
That's good.
Also, if they are behind in things, they need an opportunity to catch up. And they need an opportunity to explore, not just with their minds, but with their hands as well, different types of technical skill sets. So we provide all those things at Stemtree Coral Gables. That's why I think supplemental education is important for kids.
Wow, eso es muy, muy bueno. Y quiero que María también nos comente un poco al respecto, porque sí, yo creo que los niños muchas veces tienen tantos talentos, ¿verdad? Y muchas veces los padres queremos apoyarlo en lo que no son sus talentos. O sea, está mal en español, entonces ahí es donde queremos apoyarlo. Pero
sí.
¿qué tal esa parte donde ustedes brindan que si son buenos en algo, que se refuerce ese aprendizaje. ¿Ustedes
Sí.
cómo le brindan esto a los niños?
Sí, exacto. Como estaba diciendo Ty, nuestro currículo no solamente es muy directo, es muy centrado en lo que está tratando, pero también tiene demasiadas cosas que se hacen con las manos. Por ejemplo, biología, estamos aprendiendo sobre el pH, hacemos experimentos sobre el pH. Todo lo que los estudiantes están aprendiendo lo están viendo y lo están sintiendo cómo es eso. Nos dan una experiencia muy global, muy universal de lo que está pasando en el mundo de la ciencia. Y para explorar, pues, todo está pasando al mismo tiempo. Un estudiante puede ver que le gusta robótica y, pues, ahí va a estudiar robótica, a estudiar con las manos. Hay muchos niveles de robótica que puede estudiar. Es muy global y es muy centralizado y muy personificado para el estudiante.
Wow, eso es súper bueno porque tener la verdad que este tipo de proyectos que apoye al bienestar de nuestros niños, al bienestar de la comunidad, es un regalo. Yo tengo una pregunta que creo que nos va a interesar a todos y le va a interesar sobre todo a los papás. Ty, hay un proyecto, hay una forma, there is some, I don't know, a way to get, for example, so many people in our community, kids that maybe the father don't have, or they don't know that they have a way to go to your project. Step Up, you talk to me about Step Up?
Sure. So fantastic. Number one, thank you for bringing that up. So listen, we opened in Coral Gables, right? So obviously, that is our primary audience: Coral Gables, Coconut Grove, the downtown area, Brickell, all these places. They are very close proximity. However, we have parents from all over Miami-Dade who bring their children to us on the weekends for camps, for summer camps, you name it. But to your question, there is a program, and I do want the audience here to listen to what I'm going to say very carefully. It's called Step Up for Students. It is a state-provided scholarship. So literally, if you are in front of your computer right now, please Google Step Up for Students. Apply to this program. They have several scholarships. If you don't apply, you're literally just leaving money on the table, and it is money that is there specifically to provide these supplemental educational opportunities. You can apply them to get your child's piano lessons, if that's what you want, but you can also apply them to Stemtree Coral Gables. We are an approved vendor on that platform. Now, when you do get approved for that scholarship, you can pay for Stemtree services using Step Up for Students scholarship money. So it is not money that's coming out of your pocket, but it is money that can be used to allow you to sit with your children and say, hey, we're coming up on summer, for example, set an academic goal with them, figure out what they're interested in, figure out what they're behind in, figure out what they want to move ahead in, then come to us and let us know so that we can put a plan together that will allow your child to execute against those goals and dreams.
Súper. María, quiero que también tú me cuentes un poquitico más de este programa. Muchos papás que tienen a sus niños y que no saben cómo hacerlo, este programa les permite a esos papás poder tener a sus niños en este programa. ¿Qué deben tener esos papás? O sea, ¿cómo se hace ese proceso?
Bueno, los papás lo único que deben de tener es la fe en el que el niño va a ser exitoso en la vida, en el que va a poder lograr todos los objetivos que tenga. Stemtree es nada más el proceso que el niño va a utilizar para llegar a ese punto de nivel de logro que pueda tener. Como una persona que tuvo la habilidad de poder coger scholarships, les puedo asegurar que es muy, muy afortunado poder usarlas, muy bueno tenerlas, y que si tienes la oportunidad de hacerlo, por favor, hágalo. Su niño se lo logrará hacer en el futuro y en el presente cuando vea lo divertido que es estar en Stemtree.
Muy bien. Respecto al programa que estábamos hablando, que es Step Up, ¿tienes alguna idea de cómo funciona esto? ¿Los papás tienen que tener algún tipo de income o algo así?
Do parents need to have a special type of income to attend the Step Up?
No, they don't. That was recently lifted
Okay.
So Step Up for Students is available for everybody. Everyone who is watching this should go online, Google Step Up for Students, and put in an application. Once you're approved, you can use that to level up your kids in not just STEM, and obviously that's what we're talking about today, but anything that their hearts desire regarding academics. And even though we're about STEM here, I'm always about children's empowerment. So I'm just going to tell you, whether you come to see us or not, get your kids on Step Up for Students.
Okay, that's great. That's great to know, because so many parents like me, that we don't know about that program. You have a nonprofit too?
Yes, I do. So the nonprofit is called Archangel Foundation. If you want to look at the website, it's called archangelfoundation.miami. Please have a look. It is about 3 things. 1, children's education. 2, public health initiatives. And 3, green energy. And that will be much further down the road. Right now, we're tackling the educational portion of it, obviously. I use my nonprofit to solicit donations and state grant money that I can then provide to schools to be able to, particularly underserved schools. That's what this is all about. To be able to provide high quality STEM education to underserved schools. So the nonprofit will help to service schools' aftercare programs as well as their summer camps using Stemtree services. Does that make sense?
That's great. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It makes sense. So you are in Coral Gables, which is known as an affluent area. How can other children access your service?
For sure. So I'll just reiterate a few points here. Number 1, Step Up for Students. Definitely get on that website. Use those dollars to be able to set up a program for your kids to be able to level themselves up there. That's number 1. Number 2, if you are part of a school where the aftercare program might just be children being looked after, so the care part is there, but maybe they're not necessarily as engaged as you may like them to be, give us a call. Set up a meeting between us and the PTA or PTSA, and we can come to the school. We'll send instructors to the school to be able to provide workshops after school for your students. So that's number 2. And then, of course, number 3, we're open on the weekends. So even if you live a little bit further, no problem. Please come down on a Saturday. In fact, we're having an open house on the 12th, April 12th. So, and that will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. At our location in Coral Gables. So if you want to find out more and you want to see what we do, seeing is believing, please make a plan to come down and visit us.
Wow, that's great. So we're gonna wait for you there. Do you offer a summer camp as well?
Yes, very much so. So we are preparing for summer camp right now. I will say a few things about the summer camp. We are different than many other camps that you may have seen in the area, but it is in accordance with many of the points that I've made previously. So many camps, you buy them for a week. There's nothing wrong with that, and they're fun,
Okay.
right?
Good to know.
That's a good thing. And of course, we do sell our camps by the week. But the thing that I would want to impress upon you and impress upon your audience is Stemtree is more of a longer-term investment in your children's education, right? Because we teach science, math, computer coding, so specifically Java, Python, right, which is a very market-friendly language. So if you have a 15-year-old who wants to learn, or even a 10-year-old who wants to learn coding, they can learn it with us. Short side note, I paid for the last 2 years of NYU, which is where I went to school undergraduate, as a computer coder. I had to learn these skills on my own. So freshman year, sophomore year, I was crying every semester to try and make a payment. But by senior year, I was making very, very good money in the late 90s, early 2000s as a tech consultant. So if you decide to make the investment, if you have a child who's interested in programming, this is definitely something you want to invest in, because you will never have to worry about them being able to pay their bills independent of you or independent of a specific job. So let me just say that piece. But continuing on from that, again, science, math, computer coding, electricity and electronics, and robotics. And I know Maria touched on a lot of these points. What we do with the camps specifically is the parents will come to us with a goal. The goal will be, hey, my daughter is transferring schools. The previous school had a weak math program. The next school has a very strong math program. I want to make sure that there are no gaps in her knowledge. We're going on vacation in a month, so you have a month to teach her a year's worth of math.
Wow.
But we will do that.
That's good.
We will do that, right? Right now, we currently have a student who is preparing for her ACT, and Maria is handling that personally. If you have a goal for the summer, whether it's preparing for the ACT, preparing for FAST, preparing for an end of school, end of course assessments, or just trying to level up in a particular subject or give your kids exposure in something that they don't have access to in their school, give us a ring. And we will structure an individualized camp for your child based on those needs, wants, and desires. That is the differentiation between how we do our camps and other camps that are offered in the greater Miami area. I'll pause here.
Wow. Oh, that's great. Definitely my kids need that. So I have been to your center, and it's beautiful. Since I certainly believe, are you planning any events near in those days?
Yes, yeah. That's, again, great. Thank you for bringing that up. April 12th. So that's not this weekend, but the following weekend, we will be having an open house at our location. So it's 101 Aragon. So it's on the corner of Aragon and Galliano. So it's just north of the Colonnade Hotel, just north of Miracle Mile, but just south of the pedestrian walkway on Giralda, where all the restaurants are. Very, very easy to find. April 12th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we will have an open house. There's going to be cava and hors d'oeuvres for the parents.
Wow, cava, okay.
And we will be doing some giveaways. Obviously, we'll be offering also some great discounts for our summer camps. So if you're interested in finding out more, again, seeing is believing. The parents are always, they, as much as they love listening to my voice on the phone, maybe yes, maybe no, but when they come in, they see it and they believe it and they understand. So I will give you a tour of the place. I'll show you exactly how we do business, and I'll show you exactly what we can do for your child.
Okay, in case that the people can attend, how can they have your email, your contact?
Sure, absolutely. So to contact us, our email is Coral Gables, one word, at Stemtree, so STEMTREE, Stemtree.com. Email us there, or give us a ring at 239-273-7836. That's STEM. So 239-273-7836. Feel free to reach out to us anytime. I will set up an appointment for you to come down. I'll give you a tour individually. I love engaging with the parents. And what I do for the children is it really is a partnership between the parent, the child, and us. It's a very, very personal relationship, and I try and develop those relationships early. So if you have that interest, please contact us. Also follow us on Instagram, Stemtree of Coral Gables. Go ahead and search on that Instagram. We're also on LinkedIn and Facebook as well.
Buenísimo. That's great to know about you, about your business, about the project. María, ¿te gustaría decirnos algo más? Un poco hablarnos en general todo lo que nos ha estado contando.
Ok, bueno, me gustaría añadir, como Ty ya ha dicho, que el sistema es muy personalizado, right? So, going on, diciendo de lo ACT Girl, ella ha podido en un día incrementar su grado el doble, en un solo día de sesión, ni nada más en matemáticas. Es decir, que es muy exitoso el programa y nosotros sí damos una atención bien individualizada. Pero no solamente es eso, sino que el programa como tal tiene muchos niños y de mucha variedad. Tenemos niños asiáticos, tenemos niños afroamericanos, tenemos niños que nada más hablan francés, niños que nada más hablan español, y aún así logramos hacer un environment muy unido, donde todos los niños trabajan juntos. So, no solamente tu niño va a estar aprendiendo ciencia y matemática, pero también colectividad y el sentido de la comunidad como tal. So, yeah, Stemtree definitivamente atienden.
Ah, buenísimo. ¿Y qué proyectos van a tener ahora para este Summer Camp?
Bueno, eso es algo que Ty le va a poder responder mejor. So, Ty, what programs do you have for their summer camp?
Yes. So again, we have our week-long program. And then we also have, and this is the thing that I always recommend for parents, we have a value pack. You can actually find this on the website, where we have 20 3-hour sessions, so 60 hours of instruction, that can be scheduled anytime throughout the course of the summer. I'll say that again. Anytime throughout the course of the summer. So what does this mean for the parents? You are planning summer travel.
Okay.
You're planning to take your kids to Machu Picchu. You are planning to take your kids to see grandma. You're going to be gone for 2 weeks here, 3 weeks here, what have you. You have the kids in different other camps,
Okay.
right? Dance, swimming, jiu-jitsu, you name it. Our camps can be scheduled side by side with those other camps, and you can take a break so that when you go on vacation and you come back, you can schedule the remaining hours that you have left, right? So that also means that we're going to be open in August. A lot of camps don't run in August, but we will,
Wow.
right? So we have incredible dedication to getting your child where they need to be throughout the course of the summer by offering our scheduling is as flexible as the program that we will put together for your child.
Wow, that's great. Definitely, this is the best option for us, the parents. Ty Gabriel, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, Maria. I hope to have you frequently here. María o Ty, algo que quieras añadir, algo que se nos quedó por decir, something that you want to add, something that you want to say to the people that are listening to us.
Yes, listen, I'm very happy to engage the community. Reach out to us, give us a ring, get to know us. This is driven by people, not just processes. Everyone who is at the center is dedicated to helping your child succeed. It is one of the things that I look for. In fact, it is the most important thing that I look for when I'm interviewing people to work at Stemtree, is to make sure that they have a dedication to the students, and they do. I have a fantastic individual relationship with each parent that comes through the door. And if you choose to send your child to Stemtree, you will have that relationship with me and the other instructors as well. Again, just to hit on a couple of closing points, come to the open house on April 12th. We'll probably also be doing what I call a parents' night out, where we do 3 hours in the evening where you can drop your kids off with us. We will do enrichment activities with them. We will help them with their homework. We will help them prepare for tests. And you will go out to dinner with your honey and have that date night that you've been talking about for the last 2 months. And then you come back and pick up the kids and you go home. Give us a call. We would love to hear from you.
Thank you very much. Vamos terminando ya este programa. Gracias a las personas que nos han estado escuchando y por supuesto no se pierdan otro capítulo más de Mariela Brito.